The 2011 CNN Hero of the Year is Robin Lim.
Okay, now being nominated for CNN Heroes 2011, how important is it for you, and what does it show about sort of global attention to this kind of the importance of
well, I think
midwifery?
I think it means that we're at a place where so many women have asked the same question: how can I give birth in a gentle, natural way? What's the best for my baby? And they've looked at the research. They've looked at the research. And they're afraid, for example, that if they have an unnatural childbirth, that they won't have the opportunity to breastfeed right away. And then later, it will be more difficult to initiate breastfeeding. So it's women as a whole are getting so powerful in this world. And not powerful by the male sense, not powerful with guns or with anger. They're getting powerful using love. So in the most loving way, they're saying, okay, no to technology, yes to a natural midwife-to-mother model. Midwives take the time, the energy, and there's this newer profession. It's an ancient profession. It's called doula. It means mothering the mother. And a lot of people all over the world, I know there's a big group in Singapore now. We have groups all over the United States and Europe and Japan. And it's people who actually are not midwives, but they help the midwives in that they are part of the prenatal and postpartum care process, and they are at the birth supporting the mother and the father so that they can really focus on each other and not have to worry about so many things. They're massaging the mother, they're helping to give her the most comfort in childbirth, because sometimes things get tough. I mean, we know as you get closer and closer to fully dilated and ready to give birth to the baby, the pain can get more frequent and more intense. And this is where the medical people who stand to make a lot of money can come in and say, oh my gosh, your wife can't take it anymore. Just sign this paper, we'll get it over with a cesarean. But when she has a midwife and or a doula there to support her and say, it's okay, what you're experiencing is actually quite natural and you're doing a great job and you are unfolding as a mother. Then she says, oh no, I think I don't need a cesarean. As long as my baby's okay, as long as my vital signs are okay, let's let it proceed in a natural way.
So she can make those choices. She can be in control of her body and how she wants to deliver. Now, what does being one of the CNN heroes actually mean to you, personally?
Well, it means that the needs of mothers and babies and children and community health are being highlighted.
And that marriage of modern medicine with holistic medicine are being highlighted. It's not about me, and this project is my lifeblood. I really want to win because I want that $250,000 so we can build a new clinic. I think when you walk around, you'll see cracks from the earthquakes we've recently had here in Bali, and our lease is finished here in 4 years. We have land we need to build, and I dearly want that money. But more than that, bigger than that, is I want to see this idea of gentle birth. I want to see it go viral. This means that even if a mother needs a cesarean, it can be done gently, it can be done respectfully. When I have OBGYNs like Dr. Haryasa and Dr. Wedagama who are singing Gayatri Mantra to the babies, or Bismillah, or a hymn, when they're doing the surgery, they're singing to the babies as they're born, even if by cesarean. They're delaying the clamping and cutting of the umbilical cord, which is a World Health Organization has endorsed this, which all the research shows has many benefits for the child. They're supporting breastfeeding, which the research is compelling all the benefits for mother and baby, and of course for the father who has to pay for the infant formula and has to work an extra job if he doesn't have the money to buy this product. So all of this is part of what being a hero means. It means that these needs of families are going to be highlighted, and for that I'm so thrilled.
Then what are the ingredients to make a successful childbirth? I mean, you mentioned about even in the U.S.
the amount of technology, medical care, expert doctors, and yet the problems during childbirth.
Well, someday I hope you interview Dr. Haryasa Sanjaya in Denpasar, because he as an OBGYN had an epiphany. And that was, with all of his medical expertise, almost all of his patients were being delivered by cesarean. He no longer believed in natural childbirth. In theory, yes, but in practice, no. And he asked himself, what is the missing ingredient? And we have to go back to the fact that birth is an oxytocin experience. Oxytocin is the hormone of love. So, for example, we notice that when a woman, like Safir's mother, she has a very good relationship with her husband. She gives birth more easily than someone in a stressful relationship. So we always try to get the couples together. During prenatal care, the husband is included. We show them actual pictures of what the baby looks like at a certain size in the womb so that they can relate to that. We let them put their ear on the mother's belly and say, you can listen to your own baby. You can sing to the baby. You can talk to the baby in the womb. And the baby will hear your voice and know your voice. It's amazing when the babies are born here and the father's present. And the first thing the baby says to the child normally is, I love you. And the baby looks because the baby recognizes the father's voice. So it starts before the health provider. It starts before the birth. You know, good food, clean water, and a reduced stress life. And so even Dr. Haryasa, who's an OBGYN, SPOG, he said, for 15 years, he called me crazy. And then he said, wow, Ibu Robin might have an ingredient there that I'm missing. So now he communicates with all of the experts in the medical field of obstetrics and gynecology, and he says, we must practice with love.
Nowadays, natural and traditional way of giving birth is becoming an exception in cities across the world, as more and more hospitals increasingly opt to perform C-sections. Nearly half of all births in China are delivered by caesarean section, the world's highest rate, according to a survey by the World Health Organization. A shift towards modernization that isn't necessarily a good thing. In the United States, 1/3 of babies are delivered through this practice. WHO, which reviewed nearly 110,000 births across Asia in 2007 and 2008, found 27% were done under the knife, partially motivated by hospitals eager to make more money. The boom in unnecessary surgeries is jeopardizing women's health. Unnecessary C-sections are costlier than natural births and can actually raise the risk of complications for the mother. A practice that Dr. Haryasa Sanjaya of Denpasar also increasingly sees in Indonesia. Unnecessary C-sections have resulted in a disproportionate use of resources that could be better spent on improving healthcare in areas that are still lacking basic medical needs.
There are already increasing the rate of intervention, unnecessary intervention, such as unnecessary cesarean section. We already lost the meaning of the childbirth. Childbirth today just only a medical and biologic entity, and also become an industry.
Sebagai sebuah bangsa yang kaya akan potensi, kita punya kekuatan untuk berbicara lebih banyak pada dunia. Kami adalah bagian dari kekuatan itu. Kekuatan untuk maju. Kembangkan sayapmu, Indonesia.
Karya-karya terbaik anak muda bangsa bermunculan di mana-mana. Setiap karya mereka adalah nafas masa depan Indonesia. Dan setiap generasi muda adalah awal perubahan untuk membawa negeri ini pada sebuah kemajuan. Kemajuan untuk terus berkarya, berkreasi, dan berinovasi. Kini, saatnya generasi muda memimpin negeri. Partai Nasdem, Gerakan Perubahan.
Opting for natural and gentle birth whenever possible, and putting the baby to breast immediately after birth in an environment that is comforting and safe, not only gives back to the mother what nature has intended